Hey there, this is Dennis of Schwermetallisch Reviews. I'm sitting here with Wouter Hommel.
Hi.
Hey there. And yeah, the two of us, decided to do an interview because Wouter decided to start a PR service,
hmm
company shenanigans. And yeah, I think that is the perfect starting point to talk about you and what you're up to.
hmm Yeah, it's a bit strange because normally it's I'm the one who is asking questions, doing the interviewing. So it's really bit getting a little bit used to this situation. But of course, I'm really excited to tell about what I've been up to the last months, even a year or so, slowly building and with a lot of trial and error, just uh, eventually knowing what I wanted to do. So, and then taking the steps and making plans and adjusting plans to get where I'm today. And still, it's not perfect, but I'm happy I took the the naughty shoes, they say in Dutch, to dare and to try it.
Yeah.
Although it's a bit
Jump into
scary,
the
of course.
cold water.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like go into the deep and not really knowing what's going to happen, but that's also part of the charm. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds thrilling. Um, I also thought about getting into PR, but I'm just crazy scared of new stuff, and I don't know how to do all of this.
hmm
So yeah, I always think it's very cool. Someone starts a business like that, and yeah, has the balls to do it.
hmm Yeah, that's what you gotta have first, to have balls. And like I say, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I know what I want to do, and that's I want to be busy with music. And I've been doing that for since I was, I don't know, since I could uh, walk, and make sound and respond to music. That's ever is all. I'm turning 40 this year, so and having worked for bosses for more than 20 years in my life, I thought, why not try it? If, I'm gonna regret it if I don't try it.
Yeah.
And that's the main motivation, because first I wanted to be in music as much as possible, because it's the first thing I think about when I wake up, and it's the last thing I when I go to sleep. It's always, you know but yeah, my wife has the same with books. That's her thing, and music is my thing. And yeah, of course we have to fit in some time for the kids, because yeah, they're also there and need
Existent.
attention. No, just joking. But yeah, it's just making choices and having balls. Yeah.
Ain't it always funny if you say something romantic to your wife and she's like, I know that you love music more than me. And
And yeah, I say, yeah, I'm sorry, it's true.
yeah, I
It's my
always say
number
no,
one.
no, you come first. But it's like my outside being is doing things for my girlfriend, and
Mhm.
while I do the dishes, or I don't know, go grocery shopping, or something like that, it's always like my head screams metal.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's kind of weird sometimes. And
Yeah.
if your spouse or your girlfriend knows you so well.
Mhm. But that's also a big that helped a lot, because she supports me, in my decision. And we talked, of course, a lot about, because it's a big step, you know. You also have responsibility, because you have a family. You have to provide together with your wife. So it's not something like you did when you were 20, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna carpe diem and do whatever, you know, just and I have all the time to do it. No, it's a little bit different now, and that's okay. But yeah, it wasn't a decision made overnight. It was really, you know, working my way towards what I wanted to do, and of course, talking about this with your significant other and your wife or your girlfriend or friend. Yeah, and it's scary, but you have to yeah, don't forget why you want to do it. That's my that keeps me on the path, you know, to my goal. So okay, don't forget why you want to do this. And,
I think you will do fine because you seem like a very decent guy, and
oh,
I
thank you.
know I seen a lot of PR work in the last years, and yeah, there are problems that arise when doing it the half-assed way. But I think sometimes I get EPKs, you know, and I unpack them to look into the situations to know what I have to deal with musically, and sometimes it's like the press text is almost one large page, and you have to read so much in order to get to know what these fuckers play. And it's like, please just tell me right away what kind of music these guys play, because if they play gore grind, I will delete it. I will never listen to it. So please help me to help you, or you get an EPK and it's just pictures. There's no music in there, or no press text and no cover, and all these situations happen all the time, and that's really frustrating sometimes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I recognize this, because that's maybe also the advantage I have, because as you maybe know, I'm also a reviewer and an interviewer for Aardschok, the oldest rock and metal magazine, print magazine in Holland, and also for Nevermind the Hype, this is a website. And yeah, as a reviewer, you want to have in one you want to see right away, like you say, you want to see what I'm dealing with. You know, what's the style or genre, what that kind of stuff. You know, when is it out? When maybe a little biography, maybe have a little discography, all those basic metadata. You know, that you scan, okay, and like you said, and a lot of times people get music that is not really their expertise, you know, and that's what I also set out to do. If I'm gonna do it, I want to be, of course, you may sometimes miss your target, but at least as close as possible, you know, like, okay, I think he or she, you know, or you know it because you have a relationship already, you know, you've reached out and asked person, hey, or they stated on the website. That's, yeah, like you say, I think it's very valuable to do a little bit research before you just send out 1,000 promos and pray to God, like, oh, I hope they will get it and they will open it and review it. Of course, that's also a bit of the game, as so to speak, but do a bit, a little bit of research would not hurt anyone.
Yeah, I got an email last night, and it was some PR person that it was a really nice email, but he wanted to get me into reviewing an R&B band.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, this is the next big shit in the US, and it's a pretty good single of an R&B band, and it's like, so, dude, do your research. I only review metal. No, and
It's
if it's
even it's even in your name, right, for your reviews. It says metal,
yes. But I think if you're not from Germany, or maybe one of the countries that shares borders with that, it's people won't notice that or realize what the word means. But it wasn't taken. It wasn't taken, and I wanted to do this, so I thought, hey, that's cool. Yeah. But what you said is perfectly logical. From a reviewer side, it's perfect to evolve into doing PR, because you know all the mistakes you could make beforehand. Mm-hmm. You know exactly what is a terrible, exhausting fails that can happen when sending out stuff. You know who you talk to, you have a email list maybe, and you have categories, and you know exactly, okay, this guy doesn't do gore grind, this guy only does doom and stuff like that. So you maybe have researched way before doing this. So yeah, let's talk about the bands you're working with at the moment.
I just want to say, of course, yes, that's true what you say about at least do your research, but again, it's also because you don't know everyone yet. Of course, you have quite a few contacts and build up a few relationships doing reviewing and interviewing for some time, but still you have to know where to be exactly. So that's always will be, and you can't know everyone, and so it's still a bit a trial and error. Sometimes you find someone really fast, and you know where to be, like this hub. Okay, this is the person I have to that coordinates every review. But yeah, that's it. But do your research, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking. Yeah, you can't do without research. It's not doable.
No. That's pretty. Pretty a losing battle, I think.
So, the bands.
Yes, because I mainly with Dead Mill Media, I mainly my expertise is extreme metal and primarily black metal, and I've had the opportunity that I'm doing now. Let me think. Yes, two bands, Deudsriet from Sweden and part from Holland, and I'm doing Ossard. That's a Dutch black metal project for the second, and Deudsriet is coming with their third record, Mortal Coil. So it's pretty exciting times now. We just released a newsletter, and it just pretty much exploded the response. Like, wow, everyone's really there's a real buzz going, and that's a good feeling, that people really are anticipating a new release. That's a awesome feeling, you know.
Yeah, it's great to have the opportunity to work with people that can create a buff. That's nice.
Also, again, you have to know where to be, you know, when if you want to create a buzz, because you need people, you know, others, you know, you have to. I hate the word myself, influencer, but it's just it's just a word, and of course, people influence each other all the time, and some people will cling on to one person more than the other. But still, you have to have your tastemakers, your influencers, your audience. You know, you have to really do your research and know where to start. You know, like, hey, dropping the news here. It's no use dropping the news in a power metal group on Facebook. You know, like,
Yeah.
hey, the new Doodschiet is coming, yay! I don't know who is Doodschiet. You know, that's. So also again, not only with reviewers or with also with your audience, you have to know pretty sure where they are, and that's also a piece of a tool you can use really good to your advantage.
Yeah, pages like no clean singing and stuff like that would be more in that category, I think.
Yeah, for example, yes.
And the angry metal guy, or what's the name of all those? I also think it's pretty cool that you are working for Artsock, because that is a magazine that is pretty famous around globe, I think. And I know there were great covers in the 80s.
Yeah, I was also. That's funny, because I was I never thought, because I've been reading and reading Aardschok myself for more than 20 years, and to being asked a couple of years ago, 2019, when one writer was leaving, and I know him through going to concerts, because he's also a programmer himself in Rotterdam, de Baruch. His name is Leon van Rijnsbergen. Hi, Leon. And we had some correspondence about my band, and then he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm leaving Aardschok. Would you maybe be interested in filling in for me?" So why would you ask me? I don't know anything about writing reviews or whatever. I've never written a review in my life, so I was really a bit puzzled, like, okay, why you ask me? So, but then I thought about it, and I have this, our bass player is actually a journalist, a trained one, you know, he went to school for it, so, and he has experience, so I was thinking maybe I should ask him. But then again, I say, I just could, there you have them again, the naughty shoes, put them on my naughty shoes and try it myself, you know, why not? So I did, and I'm glad I did. So that's and I think it's a real honor to write for them. It's really cool.
Yeah, some gig like that is what I'm aiming at in the future. I'm working for Crossfire, for Reflections of Darkness, and I wrote a bit for Metal Rules, but it's like you have to edit the stuff yourself on the WordPress page, and that way I almost need an hour or 90 minutes to write the review and edit it, and I don't have the time for that. It's too time consuming, because I could write, I don't know, 4 reviews in that time. So it's a no from me. I stopped to write for them. Decent guys, super cool webpage, and they're one of the first that ever went online with reviews. But I think I'm staying where I am at the moment because I know exactly who they are and how they work, and that's a bit easier for me. And I got the YouTube channel on top of all that, and yeah, it's a lot of work. And
Yeah,
no money at all.
yeah, of course, it's the love for the music, and you do crazy stuff for that. But what I want to say is, it's almost everything is run by volunteers. So if you're lucky, they have editors. They like you say, the people, they will review your text and will edit it to take out the spelling errors and everything, and fix your grammar maybe. But yeah, I hear you. Of course, it would be cool, right? If Guts would call you from Deaf Forever. Hey, I need a new writer. Would you like to do it?
That's exactly the magazine I want to work for.
It's a fucking cool. I also have a few copies. I love it. So my German is not very great, but when I'm there, I can. After a few days, I'm comfortable enough to speak it, because Holland and Germany. Of course, there are some differences, but they have a lot of similarities.
Yeah. That's I can often read what or understand what someone writes if it's in yeah. How is the word for the language if it's written? Is it written in
Dutch.
in Dutch? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a word I really
Dutch,
really
Deutsch. Pretty
seldom
similar,
use.
eh?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I was on holiday in the Netherlands. Yeah, that was 2019. Was it? We were in Wijk am See,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
and it was the first holiday for me since the mid-90s.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just broke. It's just forever broke, and yeah, that was really something else for me, because that was the first time I saw the ocean for, I don't know, over 20 years.
Wow. Yeah, we have a lot of that. Water, sea, canals, everything. Yeah, we have more water than land.
It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, but we don't have hills. That's why I like Germany, because you guys have hills, and then it's like this, and here it's like flat. It's flat. Everyone can see you. There you can hide. You can hide in Germany.
We also have
in Holland.
woods.
You cannot hide. It's like everyone sees you and points a finger the whole time. You are doing something you're not supposed to do the whole time. Oh man.
If you have a scuba suit, you can hide too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, but there's not a lot of space. You've been in Holland, right? It's like pretty small.
Yeah, but I really like Holland. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm kidding. It's not. It's a nice country.
yeah, it looks good. Yeah, there are many places in Germany that just, I don't know, you regret to ever lay your eyes upon.
Oh, we have those. We have those too. Huh? Don't don't you worry. We have those places too.
I'm afraid every country has its dark places.
The ugly places you rather not let anyone see, like the tourists. Oh no, go there. Don't go there. Go there. It has a coffee shop.
As you mentioned the Grachten, I really had to think of that Dutch movie, Amsterdam.
Yeah.
that guy was Hoop Stapel.
Huub Stapel, yeah.
Yeah. We all know him from the Flodders.
Yeah, also the Flodders, yes.
And that horror movie with the elevator. That was
Yeah, the lift.
Dutch one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was.
you know your Dutch horror movies.
Yeah.
Amsterdam,
Too.
the elevator. And actually, the Johnsons are also pretty scary. The Johnsons.
I don't know that one. Maybe I'll have to Google that. So yeah, what sparked the idea of going into PR?
Well, to be frank, that was because I started working at Aardschok, and like I said, I was always busy with music. You know, if it was my own band or always busy with music. Always, that's my thing. And I burned out a couple of years ago because I had this crazy job with night shift and day shift, 3 shifts, and little children. Of course, they're still young, but it wasn't per se my environment to be in. It wasn't really healthy for me. This big corporation, and I've learned a lot, and I'm glad. Sometimes they say, "Oh, a burnout can be a blessing in disguise," and if you told me that 3 years ago, I would say, "What are you talking about? It's horrible. It's hell." But now, in hindsight, I can see why, because it's made me determined to do what I really want to do and just be busy with music. And then I started to just think about like, okay, what can I do? What because I like working behind the scenes and arranging stuff. I of course, when I'm on stage, I like the attention. I like to be on stage, and I enjoy that moment. But when I'm not on stage, I rather have no one really minding me. Like it's like I'm there, but I'd rather be I'd rather not have the attention. So behind the scenes, I love it. Just working for other people and with other people, especially. Getting a band to a next level. That's just I love it. And also because when I was going to look for online, like, hey, okay, where should I start? Where can I get some information? Of course, I had some contacts already through Aardschok, but that's just sometimes you set up an interview with someone through Century Media or some other label. But you don't know those people. So first, okay, I'm gonna, and that's also a mistake you make. That's the thing. I do everything by trial and error and cold mailing people. I've done that too. It's not the most fruitful way to start, but then you by making mistakes, so if you keep making the same mistakes, okay, then you're not learning anything. But gradually, and of course I have to shout out to Matt Bacon, because I found him on Instagram and with behind the blue door, and a guy, it's all simple and logical stuff, but it all, and also with Curtis DeVar with his
shout out from me too.
the podcast Dumb and Dumbest, it's real basic stuff, but all the basic stuff is what people take for granted very quick, and or don't take too seriously, and it's a lot of simple stuff as well, like courtesy and some etiquette, like how to approach other people. Again, I've learned this also through making my own mistakes and listening to the podcast and listening to Matt Bacon's tips. So yeah, that's really helpful. Of course, also the people you work with at Artshoek, and never mind the hype, there are so many people who want to help. If you have the right questions to ask, not just like, hey, help me, I want to do this. Yeah, okay, but how do you want to get there? What specific help do you need? And that's how, you have an idea. I had an idea, and then gradually it evolved in a plan. And then from there, like, okay, how gonna do this with work? How are you gonna do this with everything? You just start somewhere, and then it grow. Yeah, you nurture it, and it grows, and then. And it grows and it grows. Yeah, you've noticed too, right? You started with Schwermetallisch reviews, and it's growing because you give it attention, and you reach out to other people and networking, and that's the way, Just don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. That's those simple things, and don't be afraid to fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you fuck up. That's what happens. And if you're afraid to fuck up, then you better not do it. Then if you're afraid, and that's also a thing. I have my kids. I teach them like being afraid is also a reason not to do it, but it's not the only reason not to do it. You can be afraid, but there are also other reasons to do it. So you can make a list like, okay, but just that's the thing, do it. If you want it, that's it, do it.
Yeah, and it's nothing in life takes balls if you're never afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be scared and overcome stuff like that and think, okay, I want this more than I'm afraid.
Exactly. Yeah. That's also my philosophy. I want to know more. I want to know it more than I don't want to know something. If I want to know some about some music style or a band, I just go for it. I want to know. And of course, sometimes you don't want to know because knowledge is also sometimes a burden. Like, oh fuck, I wish I hadn't. But
yeah.
But my curiosity is bigger than my like you said, my fear of that's pretty much my motivation.
And I think what is also important is that you said it, etiquette and courtesy to be nice to people. And not
because nice being nice is what, of course, like that's also a truth about what Matt Bacon said. Like, of course you have your assholes, but you have them everywhere, not just only in the music industry. You have them everywhere. You have nice people, you have not so nice people. That's just a fact of life. That's it's just as it is. And being nice is really, it gets you a bit further than just being, hey, give me this now because I want it. If you ask me nice, I maybe consider, but no, not like this. Basic stuff.
I think it's important to know the right balance between determination and being just nice to people. You can be nice and still fuck up because you're nice, but you sound like an idiot, or you really try to bring the message over and try to sugarcoat it a bit, so people don't think you rip them off or you're a total asshole or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And it's also finding your way, because there are ways to get to some points, and like I said, I also make mistakes and made mistakes. Like I try to cold mail persons, and yeah, and then you start thinking about, what would I do if I would be mailed out of the blue by someone like, hey, this and that, I want this and that, or could you help me? And I've never heard of this person, and I don't have any connection with them. You understand better because you're doing it yourself. So,
Yeah.
and you are getting also approached by strangers, and I get that more. That's the thing. There are ways to get at certain points, and I'm thankful for people who just say, okay, that's okay, but it's this way and that way. They help you with the direction, and that's really cool. That's also very valuable to being helped to get where you want to be. Like, people say, no, just go this way, and this is not really the way to approach. So yeah.
Yeah, I when I started to do really much stuff on Instagram, there were times when I really had to ask Matt or Curtis, how do you do this? Or I'm intending to do this. Do you think it's a good idea or rather not? And they helped me a lot.
Mhm.
And also Tom DeWitt. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, he lives. I live in Doorn, and Amersfoort is a bit farther away. It's like not 20 minutes something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a buddy, and he helped me with my with the intro to my channel.
Ah, cool. Oh,
Because,
he made the music for your the soundbite, or
he made everything. I just created the logo.
okay.
That was a tough one
Okay.
because I don't know how much time I spent into doing this logo, and it was no, that's not good enough. Fuck that, fuck this, and someday I was just sitting there and scribbling, and it was just okay, that's it. And he did a brilliant job in doing the intro, and yeah, big shout out, Tom. And yeah, you don't just need to ask for help. You have to accept help and to take the hands that are reaching. And yeah, it's a lesson in non-toxic manliness.
Yeah. Exactly. You have to. It's yeah. You're vulnerable, and it's not nice. Just always being used to. I'm stubborn as hell. But yeah, if you want something, you have to learn to accept that you cannot do everything by yourself, and that's the first thing. It's like, okay, swallow your pride and ask. Because afterwards you feel so much better that you did. You're like, oh, thank God I asked him or her, whatever, to help me, and they said yes, and now it's done. Like, yes.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. Matt is really young for this business and for all the tips and tricks he's got up his sleeves.
But he has an old soul, You know
yeah,
what I mean?
we talked on the telephone a few times,
Cool.
and it's totally, if he's speaking English, it's like perfect English, and if he's speaking German, you actually hear that he's French.
Oh, okay.
That dude is French.
Yeah, he went to school there, right? He grew up in parts in France, right?
Yeah, it's like he was born in France, and it's really, if he talks German, he has this thick French accent,
Okay.
and it's totally gone the second he uses English.
Huh.
And it's really scary.
Yeah. Well, it's
But
cool though that he's learning German, because I can imagine it's quite hard.
yeah, I think there are languages that are a bit tougher to master. I think
Polish.
Mandarin, Japanese, stuff like
Mhm.
that. But yeah, it's always nice to have things up your sleeve.
Mhm.
So yeah, you said your expertise is black metal,
Mhm.
extreme and black metal.
Mhm.
That is one of the few genres I still have to get into,
Mhm.
because for years I wouldn't listen to extreme metal, and it was just recently, I think November or December last year, when I thought, okay, I felt like I had listened to everything melodic already 10 times,
Mhm.
and said, okay, fuck it, I wanna check out some extreme stuff, some death metal.
Mhm.
And yeah, there are really decent death metal bands. I never thought about that.
Mhm.
But black metal, I think, it's the hardest to get into if you're coming from a melodic side of metal and
Yeah, but
rock.
what do you mean melodic? Is it maybe Halloween? You mean that Halloween, Iron
Yeah,
Maiden, Halloween?
stuff
Sorry,
like that. Exactly.
but also Manowar, right? I can see a pretty good connection, maybe a way in for you. You know Necromancia from Greece?
Nope.
Okay, then I have a really good recommendation for you, and that's this CD. Oh wait, it's too shiny. It's called Scarlet Evil Witching Black.
Necromancia, with a C or with a T?
Necromancia with the TIA. Yes, and
Okay, I will check that out.
it's like yeah, Manowar making black metal. It's fucking great. It's awesome. Maybe that's the yeah, that's maybe the connection you need, and that there's but they're so fast, you know, it's so big, and also yeah, Dark Throne is also a good always a good way to start, because they have so many eras. You know, they have speed metal era, or of course it's still black metal, but they have punk, speed metal, all death metal. You know, they started as a full blown death metal band. You know, the first album is nothing black metal about it. You know, yeah, you should check. Yeah, that's also a good way to start.
Okay, I
Navigate,
will check that
navigate.
out.
Yeah.
So I will get ready to review your bands.
Ha! Cool.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
Or
and
like,
also in Death Forever, they have also really good. You know, the middle section. They have always this section where they discuss all the black metal bands. So maybe dive into there. You know.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff I still have to wrap my head around,
Hmm.
and but it's slowly taking place. I reviewed The Crown a few weeks ago, and
Hmm.
I thought, okay, the vocals are really evil growls and stuff
Hmm.
like that, but the rest of the band always sounds so groovy and so rock and melodic metal, power metal oriented. You catch a glimpse of new wave of British heavy metal here and there, and
Hmm.
it's really more than the parts alone.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think death metal. I will get into that, and necromantia. Okay, I will check that out. Great, great. So yeah, one final question. It's a new question. I'm still testing this,
Okay.
and yeah, I got mixed reactions, but we will see. So nothing. It's not a music question. It's more a character question.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite dinosaur?
Ooh, my favorite dinosaur. Whoa. I think the one I'm not Tricera. You know the one with the no, he has this shield going up. And it's like sort of a bird. I don't.
He is that the one? He looks like a Triceratops, but without the horns.
Yeah. Oh, he has horns, but my son has dinosaurs the whole time, and now I cannot find it. But that's the one I like.
Yeah, I always like the tanks too.
Hmm.
But of course, yeah, I really like the T-Rex too, because he just looks very yeah. Aside from the tiny arms, he really looks like a boss.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because he's the baddest. Yeah, like then I kill you.
Now I have to imagine a T-Rex with the Tom Cruise arms while running.
Yeah, that would be something.
But yeah, it was a mixture of Tom Cruise running while shooting the Mission Impossible movies and Robert Patrick from Terminator 2
Ah, okay.
in the parking space.
Yeah.
God, that dude could run. Okay, so I have no more questions. It was nice to talk to you, Walter,
Yes, thank you
and
for your interest.
I really hope I pronounce your first name the right way.
Yeah, Wouter.
Wouter. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's because yeah, Dutch is always in my head. It's always a mix between German and English.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, it kind of works. Okay. So yeah, keep me updated with what you're up to and with the bands, and
Hmm.
yeah, I will keep you updated with the video, of course. And yeah,
Cool.
I wish you a nice evening.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, I've never done this before. Scare not so much scary, but yeah, a little bit nervous. I would say, but still, yeah, it's not a reason not to do it, right?
Ah, you did fine.
Yeah. Okay. Again, it was. Thank you for your time and attention. Really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. So until next time, have a nice evening.
Bye, Dennis. Thank you.
Bye bye.